It's time to go. Toyota, with the best resale value of any brand, again for the third year in a row. Because when it comes to holding value, nobody does it better than Toyota. In fact, Toyota has 3 of the top 10 ranked by KBB.com for 2019, including Tacoma at number 1. So whether you're searching for America's favorite car, SUV, or adventure-ready truck, this is where you want to shop. Go reliable, go Toyota, and let's go places.
When you brew a beer with this much taste, 96 calories seems like a typo. But it's no mistake. It's a small miracle. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true.
JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.
All right, a round of applause. We are back. It's the original Ravens Rave Show from the original 16th Street Coastal Highway, indoor Ocean City. Monday Night Live, like Bradley told Lombardi. We've recapped a lot of that 23-17 victory over the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, feeling very good, 2-0. That's a big start given the AFC North at 0-2, 0-2 with the Steelers and Bengals, the Browns and the Jets tonight. And Tony, let's talk about the big news from the AFC North, and that is Steelers star quarterback Ben Roethlisberger will have surgery on his right elbow and miss the remainder of the season. Coach Mike Tomlin announced today in a statement released by the team will undergo surgery at some point this week after having an MRI last night. We'll place him on injured reserve. No details yet about the injury. No timetable for when he'll be able to play again. Mason Rudolph nearly led the Steelers to a fourth-quarter comeback against Seattle in his first career appearance. 12-19, $112 in the air, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He was a third-round pick in 2018 out of Oklahoma State, out of Mike Gundy's system. And the odds in Vegas, by the way, dropped Pittsburgh to plus 1,600 for a division title, well behind the Ravens at minus 200 and the Browns at plus 170. There's so many storylines here, Tony. I'll start first because this all does affect the Ravens at the end of the day and all the other teams in the division, including the Browns, who played tonight. First off, I heard somebody call up the talk show today and say, you know what, they lost Bell, they lost Brown. Now is the time to rebuild. Their window was closed. Take a look at what happened Monday night. Ben had a chance. They looked horrible. They lost 33-3. Pittsburgh should have said, you know what, let's move on from Ben. Let's get Rudolph in, and let's see what we have with young receivers, Mason Rudolph, still pretty good offensive line, and a defense that you're building. That's a fairly good point, because now the question is, what if Rudolph has a good year, and Ben comes back next year? You're going to stunt the growth of maybe your future quarterback that you found by bringing him back. It just there's a lot going on there that affects that team.
Well, in a way, that's a good problem to have. If your backup quarterback comes back, your future Hall of Fame quarterback is still doing pretty decently, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but do you want to take, if just again, supposing Rudolph has a great year, do you want to take him out of that rhythm and have him sit for 16 weeks next year?
Well, that's a Steelers problem.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
But you know, when I see kinds of injuries, Ben Roethlisberger being one, Drew Brees being another, I hate seeing these injuries, Mike. I know that the Steelers are a bitter rival of the Ravens, but I like playing them at all when they're going on all cylinders. You know, when they're at 100%. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and not having a Hall of Fame quarterback on the field hurts the league. And there's 2 of them right there. So I just hate when I see really good. I hate seeing any players get hurt, but particularly the best.
Well, let's talk about this rivalry. The Ravens have had a changeover in personnel quite a bit, and every team does to a certain extent. But the Ravens have a lot over the last couple of years. You've got that young nucleus now. We just mentioned Terrell Suggs is in Arizona. The changing of the guard now. Suggs is gone. Roethlisberger's going for the year. And it's a lot of new faces now with this Ravens-Steelers rivalry going forward. It's different now. We'll have to adjust to that.
There's a lot of new faces, and when you think about the Steelers, and you think about who they've been and where they are today, they've been kind of the same organization, the same kind of vibe and feel to it. I give the Ravens organization a lot of credit for making this transition into the new era with Lamar Jackson. My buddy Bobby calls him Lamar. But anyway, Lamar Jackson. So when you have the transition like the Ravens are going through, and they're going through it quickly, you got to give the organization a lot of credit from a coaching standpoint and from a management standpoint. So I give the most credit to John Harbaugh and Eric Kosky.
You know, the question's going to be glass half empty, glass half full. We're going to have to see. He's a very confident kid. He played the Big 12. A lot of quarterbacks do well there. Will that translate, into the NFL? For Baker Mayfield, it did a little bit, but he's getting his comeuppance. So we'll see. The book is not by any means closed on him yet. We'll see about Kyler Murray. So they have a lot still to be answered with that. But he doesn't come into an offense that's not good around him. He's got a good O-line. Now James Conner has a knee injury, and they haven't released any details as of when we did the show as to the extent of that. They've got it back. They drafted at NC State, who I believe is the backup there.
Yeah, I heard that he's probably going to be okay. I think he may miss a game, but probably okay.
Okay. But
nothing severe.
The cover's not there. They've got receivers, they got an O-line, they got a running game. So he's set up for success, actually.
I don't know if you heard Deion Sanders last week talking about Ben Roethlisberger. And he said that it would not surprise him if Ben doesn't finish the season. Take it back a week, Mason Rudolph was saying this week that last week Ben Roethlisberger was saying how his arm is hurting him. I wonder if Deion Sanders knew a little bit about that. And I know it's hard to read body language or hard to draw conclusions from it, but when you watch Ben play, it's just, he doesn't play with the same enthusiasm. I would agree with that. And I know that they've lost a lot of guys, like Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell, two great talents, but it just doesn't seem like he's in it to win it.
As it pertains to the Ravens in this division, clearly you feel better about the Ravens in this division, and Browns fans probably do as well to a certain extent as to the chances of winning the division. You still got to go out and take care of business, and as we know, Tony, this rivalry has seen quarterbacks that have been backups to third stringers still beat the opponent. I believe it was Dennis Dixon that beat the Ravens one year, or no, Charlie Batch. Old Charlie Batch, a third stringer, beat the Ravens in M&T Bank Stadium one year.
And Emmanuel Stewart on a crossing route or something, or Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders, right. So that happened, and then let's not forget as well was a Ryan Mallett who came in. I believe it was Mallett that came in, and the Ravens, it was at that 15 season, I believe, and we were just besieged by injury, and we beat the Steelers at home with a quarterback that we had no business beating the Steelers with. So we'll have to see. Don't assume anything.
Oh, no, those rivalries. We saw for years when the Green Bay Packers were really bad and the Bears were really good, they still play close games. Those old rivalries they just seem to always be tight games.
Yeah. So take care of your own business, but obviously that was the big news. You look at Cincinnati, they played an extremely competitive game in a tough place to play in Seattle. They ultimately lost that game. Zach Taylor, the new head coach, one of the disciples of the LA Rams, and Sean McVay, apparently, if you just touch hands with Sean McVay, if you shake his hand, every other NFL team thinks you're an offensive genius, but he's the new head coach there. But yesterday they got
salty there, Mike.
Yeah. I just think not everyone's going to be a genius, but at the end of the day, though, Cincinnati got walloped. They got walloped by San Francisco yesterday, at home for that matter. So they're both 0-2. You did see John, their draft pick out of Washington. John Ross. He had another good week for him as well.
Yeah, and he's a guy coming out of Washington I liked. Because I think he started off as a cornerback at Washington. They transitioned him to receiver. So he's starting to play the way they thought he was going to play in the draft.
All right, so that's a look around the AFC North a little bit. It will be interesting, though, if Ben comes back next year, will that stunt the growth of Rudolph and the team? We mentioned Marquise Kennedy up to the active roster, but here's a big story, and that is Marquise Brown reported last night on NBC as a potential witness to the issues Antonio Brown supposedly had with that woman who met with the league. And I don't know her name, that's why I'm only calling that woman, not to sound like a former president. That will be
the draft for cleaners.
Yeah, no, not going there. But anyway,
I think that, you know, when you look at a situation...
We don't need that distraction.
No, he's Antonio Brown's cousin, and maybe he's privy to something that happened, and he's going to be questioned.
He is. So John Harbaugh said at the press conference, last thing I'm worried about, but if he has to take time to go to the league office to testify and maybe miss practice, well, that's not good.
No, and it's a distraction. But hopefully, I mean, look, it's only a distraction if he's done something. If he's just going to tell the truth, then there's no big deal.
Yeah, no, that's true.
They'll probably send him up there on one of his days off. You know, they're off on Tuesday, so it'll probably be a Tuesday when he goes up there and talks to him.
Roethlisberger, Breeze also with an injury. I know that's not our division, but two big names. Breeze could be out for 6 weeks, but you take a look, those are the older guard guys. I mean, Brady's there. He's, you know, model consistency, healthy, but Roethlisberger, Breeze, these guys are coming to the end, and they've had a nice long career. Rivers is getting towards the end as well, and you're seeing, you know, the Lamar Jacksons of the world. These new guys are coming around, and we'll have to see. You know, it's a changing of the guard.
Yeah, I read where Andy Dalton, he's the senior spokesperson for quarterbacks in the AFC North now. Andy Dalton.
Yeah, unbelievable stuff. That's right. And they traded, by the way, Josh Dobbs in Jacksonville, their third stringer who got beat out by Rudolph. Dobbs is now in Jacksonville. Obviously, if the Steelers have any concerns about Roethlisberger, they may not have traded him because now, who do you have behind Rudolph? I think Landry Jones, I think they got rid of him. Did they not? Draft pick him a few years back.
I think that he's under contract with either XFL or CFL and can't get out of it if he wanted to come back.
Really? Okay. But that's, you know, look, that's something, and that's, we've talked about this, Tony, that's something we're going to have to watch. And it's funny, we've talked about the LA Chargers playing at a small soccer stadium, but you wonder if that's not the future, because with the red zone, with HD TVs, with younger generations not wanting to go out in the elements and do the long game day experience. So look, I love it, but I've got to get up at 2 a.m. on early Monday morning. For me to go up to Baltimore, do the game day, you know, come home, that's a long day, and then I've got Monday night.
Who feels sorry for what?
No, I'm just saying, but I'm not the only one. You got to. But is that the way of the future?
Well, if you remember, when we had Steve Bisciotti, it was 5 or 6 years ago, I asked him that question. Yeah. He laughed at me.
He did. Is he laughing now? I don't know. I mean, hey, they're doing a lot of upgrades, but you just wonder, will the stadiums be filled, you know, like this going forward 10, 15 years? I mean, winning plays a lot into that. I'll still admit that, but there's a lot that goes into the game day experience.
Well, I look at when the Oakland Raiders host a game. And my wife always talks about it. How come they're playing on a baseball field?
And that's coming to an end.
Right.
That's coming to an end.
But, you know, when you look at that, you look up to the upper deck, you just see the Oakland Raiders logo up there. And there's nobody up there.
Right, they've covered it up.
There used to be days when Kent Stabler would fill that place, right? Yeah. So how's that a sellout? Tarp over all the seats.
But, you know, you laugh. Younger kids growing up in the NFL these days, what are they doing playing on a baseball? You know, I mean, that used to be. I mean, Baltimore's a perfect example. That Memorial Stadium, we had that, and you know, those days are coming to an end.
That's only because the infield was better than the grass they played on.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad. They painted the grass.
Yeah, that's right. So it's just
Harry remembers that.
Yeah, that's coming to an end. Other than that, hey, by the way, it looks like ESPN admitting that Chris Berman and Tom Jackson belong back together. Although they're doing it on ESPN Plus, they have to pay on their app. On their app, but you've got to pay. It's ESPN Plus that you have to pay for. So it might be I'm sure they have it through app form as well.
It's only $39 a year. You get a magazine.
But still, you know, they belong back on the team.
You get the inside scoop from Mel Kiper. $39, Mike. I'll buy it.
They're admitting older.
When's your birthday?
June.
No, I got a whole year now. Yeah.
Let's sit down to my favorite bar. Been rocking for 21 years so far. The Green Turtle gonna have some.
Welcome to the original Green Turtle in Ocean City, a neighborhood favorite with a mouth-watering menu, the best bar in town, a huge game room, plus the apparel and gift shop. There's nothing like the original Green Turtle in Ocean City.
Let's sit down to the turtle again tonight, yeah.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.
Ocean City, Maryland is the hottest golf destination on the East Coast, and it's just a short drive away. With 17 championship golf courses designed by legends of the game, greats like Jack Nicklaus, Robert Trent Jones, Arthur Hills, and Pete Dye have changed the coastal landscape here. When you pair coastal golf with exciting nightlife, excellent dining, 10 miles of white sandy beach, and a world-famous boardwalk, it's no wonder why great golf is just the beginning in Ocean City, Maryland. Plan and book your next golf getaway today by visiting oceancitygolf.com or by calling 800-4OC-GOLF.